Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukake, your host. Our two parties of heroes are heading towards their mutual underwater stacks to save the future and escape an island in the past. Will Dexter and Trax survive alongside the original Dum-Dums? What powers does an experimental mech have in the future? And how the hell can our heroes stop the Great Collide? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
So, honor system, you've had some time to process the video and what you think it means to you. Basically, what we're going to say is during the battle with Grace and Typhus, the Dum-Dums kind of watched in horror as much as they could, however, completed their preparations. Some possibly Moonhammer, possibly just fate, possibly just a sense of plot progression, meant that you all decided to try and advance your agenda on the diving bell and kind of moving along with your mission as you were waiting to hear back from Alan and her compatriots as they were fleeing, knowing that you couldn't really be of much help. So we pick back up where we left off at the finale of Season 4. Declan, Alan, and Honor System, along with Bourbon Sherbert, the survivalist Rupert, are in the ED 211, sort of descending down towards the stack. Meanwhile, the Dum-Dums back in Dum Faerun are in the diving bell, which once you're inside, you recognize also shares technology with the settlement you're at and the samurai bots. It seems that whatever Dexter brought has been upgraded. There's some mechanical stuff. The mechanical stuff seems mostly inactive. Mostly it's monitoring air levels, that sort of thing. Think of it, it's not a diving bell in terms of like, it doesn't have an open bottom, but it is just almost like the top of a space shuttle, or just like a shuttlecock that's being lowered down into the water by a chain. Okay. Once you're down, you'll be able to kind of open. There's a sort of like a classic like 2-hatch airlock, basically, that'll allow you to kind of swim out. But that's what you're in. You're descending. The good news is you both teams actually now have a moment to breathe. The New Future has escaped Grace and Typhus for now, and are on their way to free the mages and hopefully find a way for Alan to get back home. The Dum-Dums are descending. They know it'll be some time before they encounter the Kraken, but the hope is to be far enough away that they'll be able to infiltrate the bad man's new dream. Or, as Quinny, you've now heard Trax refer to it, the stack. Mm-hmm. So both of you are approaching a different stack in a different time. But you have a minute to kind of check in with each other for the first time. Alan will have a chance to actually check in with her friends for the first time. But before we get to that, honor system, what do you say to Declan? Declan, I don't think you're necessary. Would you be... you've just gone through a pretty big fucking ordeal. I don't think you'd just be like, oh no, my will.
I would never have thought of it, because I think Declan also doesn't really believe he died, because he's so averse to magic that he's like, no, I fell down and then, I got up and it's fine. So he is currently, because Frederick is damaged, because Frederick had some bang up stuff. So he's just using this opportunity to take apart Frederick and try to fix those parts. Like, he's just back to going.
Would you say that you're disassembling one of the icebreakers to kind of retool Frederick, or are you leaving those as separate devices?
Would I be capable of that? Because I feel like, knowing they have quantum energy shit that can explode, would I feel competent enough to take one apart?
What I would like to suggest is, yes, you could take one apart. The idea would not be that you're plugging quantum
I'm just taking
ammo.
Clean parts to put into
Exactly.
gun.
So basically you'll have like a retooled Frederick and an icebreaker rather than 2 icebreakers and a broken Frederick.
Yes, I would like to do that, Tom. I don't think I need to have a third gun.
Yeah,
that serves no purpose.
Unless you're like that stupid Men in Black international alien with 1 extra arm for no reason.
Don't tempt me, Tom. I made a choice. Let's not move
Just
backwards.
cut off Alan's robot arm and take it. So Tyler, what do you think Honor System's response to all this is?
We're in this ED 211.
The ED 211. Think of it's a mech suit. It really is built for one person to pilot.
Yeah, we don't really have privacy here, do we?
No, think sort of the front of like a Star Trek shuttle. So very small, and basically Alan and Declan are kind of at Well, actually, I guess that's the good question. You're the pilot generally, so I think you'd be driving.
Okay.
So you're in the sort of central kind of like Metal Gear style cockpit. The two of them are just over your shoulders, kind of looking at side panels that operate weapons. But yeah, you guys are all kind of like essentially in a triangle of seats. You're in the central kind of command spot, but yeah, there's no hallways or anything. This is just a mech body. And I'd say both Declan and Alan, this is pretty cramped. Like the gunner seats are available in case people had to take manual control, but it was meant to be piloted by one person.
Declan, I saw the video. I saw the tape in your will. You died.
What are you saying? I don't know why everyone's saying I died. It seems like I fainted and then I shot Grace and Typhus in the face. That's what I did.
Your biometrics indicated that you were deceased for a moment and your will video played.
Oh, well, fuck me. That's not how that's supposed to work.
We need to talk about this.
Okay.
I will give you
just
some
like-
space.
I'm just like between you guys, just looking back and forth. Like, is there anywhere for me to go? Not really.
Bourbon Sherbert gives you like a, come on, dude, and then just like settles down in between everyone and clicks off. Obviously, you can't do that, Alan.
Yeah.
Bourbon Sherbert is just
I just,
biased based
just
on
kind
his
of
life.
turn my head and look out the window.
Okay, well, apparently we're alone now.
Why didn't you tell me that I was the one responsible for... Why didn't you just kill me? Why did I have to wait? Like, sorry, the questions are just coming. I was like, why did I have to wake up like that? What?
I think Declan will just wait out
Yeah.
the flood of questions.
So, like, why didn't you kill me? Why didn't you tell me that it was all my doing? Why did I choose, or why did I awaken at that time?
Okay.
Why don't you hate me? Why do you trust me with your son?
Okay, well, let's go through like a couple of these in a row. So I don't know why you woke up when you woke up. I just kept shooting at you, and then that didn't work, and then you just sort of woke up on your own. So that just happened. I don't hate you because, I mean, realistically, I tried to kill you. You were doing your job, and then you just realized it was a shit job. At the same moment, I realized mine was a shit job. So it's not great, but it's not the worst. Why do I trust you? At time. Didn't trust you so much when we fucking started. I just didn't tell you that. You didn't trust me that much when we started because you were a robot learning sentience. So I helped. Because I'd rather you help me kill them than you, I don't know, don't figure it out and then just get killed like everybody else I know.
You're the first person I ever met, and I killed almost everyone you care about.
Well, I guess if we're going to balance this out, why do you carry a sword with all the robots in your unit after you killed them?
Even though I awoke at that time, I feel the past still has weight, and so I carry it with me in this sword.
That's why I wear the vest, because that's when they all went. And ultimately, before you were you were just another robot. You didn't have a personality. You weren't making decisions. You can't
right.
blame a gun for killing people. We don't put guns on trial. We put people who pull the trigger. After you kill somebody, that's on you. Before that, whoever you kill, it's on Grace and Typhus. And if you get free and you disagree with those choices, and you say, I'm going to kill Grace and Typhus, that feels like a certain kind of justice.
Well, just know that if I make it out of this and you don't, I will happily look after your son for you. It would be an honor to do that. I don't need to feel beholden to do that for you.
Oh, that's good, because I was a little bit conflicted, because I was like, I sort of wanted to take you off the hook, but at the same time I can't because it's my son, so I sort of had to use the angles I've got. But here's the interesting thing. I can't program you in any way to be a better person than me. You're sort of doing that on your own. It's like watching you grow up. It's good.
And honor system just won't say anything at that and continue piloting the mech.
Solitary tear runs down Alan's cheek. She wipes it away.
And then as you do so, Alan, you look through the monocle, like the spyglass, and on the other side, you can see that the dum-dums seem to have kind of arranged themselves in a vehicle and also seem to kind of have downtime. You can see that they're kind of patiently awaiting your attention.
Hey guys. Hello? Hi. Here again.
Hello.
Hey,
So yes, Dum-Dums, we smash cut to the inside of the diving bell. Basically, for this next segment, we're going to be jump cutting back and forth. I can direct that for you, or we can let the narrative flow direct it. I would recommend for the next little bit, this is Alan gets to catch up with her pals. So we smash cut to inside the diving bell. Suddenly, Dum-Dum, what do we want to call this? Like the Eye of Moonhammer?
what the diving bell?
Oh no, the thing that we're looking through. Yeah, I think the Eye of Moonhammer feels like a good.
I mean, I figure you just brand whatever you've got. So
100%.
Yeah, so you look through the Eye of
It's gotta be
Moonhammer.
like a butt thing, though, right? It's not like the brown eye or something like that, right?
I don't know. It depends on the color it is. Tom, what's the edge of the portal colored?
It's gold. It looks nothing like brown.
It's the shining eye of Moonhammer.
Great. So you look through the shining eye Moonhammer, and Alan seems to have it's kind of like when someone is on a video call and has to just kind of put it down for a hot second because something important's happening. So I think you all had stuff to do, but suddenly she kind of picks it up. You see her, and for the first time, you've got a line of communication to your pal Alan.
Hey, Alan, what's up?
I was gonna ask you the same thing, but I'm in like another world.
Like up in the sky, another world, or like
No, I think it's like I'm kind of at the same space, but in a different dimension. Is kind of what I'm thinking.
So Juniper, you hear this, and this makes a lot of sense to you.
Yeah.
Here's the question, though: you've never met Alan. You've heard them talk about her. Would you interject in this, or would you let it go?
No, Juniper would 100% be in there. Oh God, this is.
Yeah, welcome to my world, baby. Dum-Dums 2090 what?
So Juniper just said, yes, see, things, universes, worlds colliding.
See, the interesting thing, Juniper, is that the more you know about what you're talking about, the less sense it makes. So
I know, I just get really excited.
I will also say, for narrative purposes, all of the information, I think I obviously want to hear how these characters catch up briefly.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I don't think we need to do a scene where it's like Juniper's like, here's the information I got. And then
Yeah.
Juniper's like, well, here's the information I got. That said, things basically.
I was going to say, can we just assume that we run through our various adventures so we're caught up narratively?
The narrative cheat.
Quinny gets only so far, but then he gets hung up on Meryl Streep on that goddamn airship, and then just completely derails into how much he hates her.
So here's the thing. I want to hit on any beats that I think the characters would be super jazzed to talk about, or that are super narratively interesting kind of to both sides. But yes, in terms of the general things, we can assume now that all the knowledge that you three have as players, both of your characters share.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's I think a few major flashpoints that we're going to want to address. So
I want to address Xanthus is a fucking dick. I'm the only one of my kind. Apparently, I'm the only version of myself.
There's only one Alan?
Yeah. Just like there's only one butthole.
Nice.
Queenie, a lot of you. I saw you.
All right, fine,
You didn't
whatever.
know me, though.
How was he over there? What's he like?
No, I don't want...
Well, I want to know, so just tell me. You don't have to listen. Go yell about Meryl
I don't
Streep
know
some
if
more.
feels like if Quinny doesn't want to know, I don't have to tell him.
Okay, but I want to know, so can you tell me? I'll hold it up to my ear.
I don't. He just ran by.
Well, what did he do for a living? Did he look good?
He looked fine. He looked healthy. He looked like Quinny.
Was he like a king, or was he like a message boy?
He was
he a farmer?
He was in some sort of service role. I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
So much has happened.
What is it? What?
Oh, nothing. You were real cool.
Like the eyes narrow.
I also want to relate a butthole that I do have this data pad from Martha.
he's got it. You put it
got
through.
it?
Yeah, you put it through the
That's
portal
when you
to
lost
him.
your hand.
Yeah.
Did you ever look at that?
Yeah, I read a bunch of it, and it was not fun to read. So I'm also just one, apparently. And we lost the body, which sucked, because I made that body for Quinny, and then when he got out, it burned in a fire, and I liked that. It was gone though.
Yeah, it's here. It's where I am.
What, you found it?
Yeah.
Can you bring it back with you?
Ooh, I don't know.
I need a body for Yevgenovich.
I feel like Stitch is already kind of under a lot. Like, lots happened.
Okay, I guess. Well, we're starting with a new one. Oh man, Annan's baby is ugly, but do not tell Annan.
Annan had a baby?
Yeah. Okay, these are
Whose
not.
baby?
It's Yevgenovich's baby. That's why I need a new body for Yevgenovich,
Wow.
because he's dead. So, like, you want to come back because you kind of left in not the most team building kind of way.
Well, Xanthus, fucking dick.
I've been trying to figure out how to get you back, by the way, reading some of your books and stuff.
Oh, thanks.
I've been trying to figure it out too, but I just want to point out that, like, when you left, if you were trying to steal from
I
the
know.
group.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't hold it against you.
Of course you don't.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense with my character and my history and my overall arc, of course.
I don't know why you start talking about yourself in the third person when things get serious. It's a distancing activity. I learned this in therapy.
The story of Quinny Brownbarrow, as I will tell it to, the people that write books. Look, I haven't thought about everything yet.
Do you know what? You and I can sit down and I can talk you through how to write a memoir because I did it and it sold real good. And it will not help us sell it, but I'll help you sell it. The book tour is going to be really great. So, where you're going to the water to free the people, we are also going to the water because we got stuck on an island full of robots.
Where are you? I'm going to the Stack.
Yeah, we're going to a place called the Stack also.
Oh.
It's run by ours had the bad man. Do you know who the bad man is? They said it's like in a suit. It looked like a suit.
In a suit.
I'm going to say, Alan, as you're starting to get the picture that maybe this has something to do with like Nair Frost in 2099 world, you patch Declan and Honor System in.
Okay, guys. I got Honor System and Declan. They're my friends here. They're gonna help.
Oh yeah, I started a house, Alan. A lot of the jobs are taken.
Just ignoring.
Yeah, so there are still some major plot points I want to hear you talk about, but we can deal with this first, and then we'll loop around to those. But yeah.
So, like, is there a job you want? Quinny's the court jester, and Juniper's the hand, and we have a treasurer, and we have a quartermaster.
Wizard?
This is Juniper. But, like, do you want a job? Wizard? Like, court vizier?
Hey, Juniper, I'm Alan. Hi. Hi, Alan. Juniper. Hi.
Yay.
Great. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to be the court wizard. I'm going to make a note. Court wizard. I write in the air and then focus it into my mind. Juniper, this is the only person we know who's been collided. Because we know Xanthus was involved in the collide.
Oh.
And we know that we're getting collided, but only Alan has gone both ways.
Just a sec. I'm going to check my scroll. And I'm going to ask my scroll, like, what's up with Alan?
So Alan definitely looks touched by the Great Collide. But based on what you know, it's confusing because there's only one of her.
Oh. So not like overlappy.
No.
But
only one.
Huh.
Her hand is like weird and twitchy though, because it's technically of a different world, so it conflicts slightly.
Yeah, no, I mean, it kind of tracks with her saying that, or sorry, with you, Alan, saying that there's just one of you, but like, what's with your hand?
Oh, Alan, you got both hands. Quinny said you lost one.
Yeah, it came out on this side. It was fucked up.
Yeah,
and
Billy
crawling up your arm, Alan, you see Billy Fingers slip around Quinny's shoulder, look at you, and then just pop out like the Alan fingers in it, wave them in a weird like finger wave, and then Billy Fingers leaps at the monocle and squeezes his way through like a cat trying to get through a fence, and
hey,
leaps
buddy.
into your arms.
Hey, buddy! Oh my goodness! Well, I'm glad someone made good use of those fingers.
Declan, a ball of fingers just jumped into the cockpit of this vehicle. What do you do?
What in the fuck do you? I like a pistol out like I'm ready to shoot it.
No. My familiar. This is.
What the fuck is a familiar? That's just a ball of fucking fingers.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a goddamn horror show.
He's cool. He's cool.
No, he's not.
Billy Fingers just holds up a peace sign.
I would rather you found a rat you thought was your friend. Who the fuck made that? That would be me. And I was like, even though he can't see me, butthole raise a hand.
Imagine this is literally just like people around a small webcam. So yes, everyone can kind of see each other.
It's good to see you. Yeah, it's me. My name's Butthole Farch. I'm the leader of House Farch. Who the fuck is running a house? Wait, everyone, you own a home? What are you? One of the... Well, I don't. Oh, I sort of am it. It's a weird thing. So this is
Declan. Do you think he's running one of the great houses? Like, is he in the conglomerate?
I think Declan is just a ball of hands jump through a monocle. Like it's a webcam, but he can't really see.
Yeah, this is a lot.
Alan, were you in a great house? Like what the fuck?
No,
I don't know. The house is pretty great, and she's the court wizard. So you're an employee of a house back where you were.
Declan, remember how confused I was when I dropped in?
I mean, yes, you tried to shoot me.
Yeah.
And then you put me in a glove box.
Yeah, that's how different things are. Like, it's going to take a lot of time to explain.
So these aren't people here. These are like the stupid people over in your stupid land. You know, where they don't think so good and their technology stinks.
Quinny, how's that track with you? Yeah, there.
Guys, okay. I just pushed Declan out of the way for a second.
No, hang on a second.
I don't need to talk to his kid.
No.
And then if Billy Fingers can fit through,
Declan.
Quinny can definitely fit through, and not his whole body, but his arm can definitely come through and flip him off. Be like,
You can stick a middle finger and like oh yeah, I guess your hands are tiny.
Yeah.
All right, sure. You manage to like, but it's bad. It's like it's just like 4 fingers and you manage to just get your middle finger up a little bit.
Well, then I give him like the Italian gesture of like,
I'm not going to slap a kid, so I guess you get a pass on that one.
hey, you're lucky.
He's not a
lucky I can't fit through this thing.
Oh, big man. You know I can fit through that little hole. All I'll tell you is bullets are real fucking small.
I bet your dick is too, with that big gun to compensate.
Alan, I'm going to shoot this fucking little wiener.
Everyone's going to shut up.
Mistress Allen, I have perhaps a selfish question for you.
Sure. What is
It's me, Bourbon Sherbert, the observing lots of craziness Rupert.
What's up, Bourbon?
Quite enjoy my iPal 2 shell. Thank you.
Alan, do you have 2 familiars now? Because
That is exactly what I was about to ask. Thank
Ooh.
you, mysterious stranger on
I
the
like
other
this
side.
one. We should keep him. He's smart.
Does this mean you no longer require my services? Have you replaced me with the ball of fingers?
No, you guys are really different. That being said, if you want to be free, you go for it. You've earned it.
I feel like I have already determined my own freedom by working with all of you.
All right.
Also, no, see, I'm talking his honor system, and he doesn't have like verbal takes like and
Well, that
He
happens
speaks
now.
more naturally, but
Honestly, the Ronin droids could because they're doing that stupid uncanny valley thing where they're like, yeah, don't worry, we'll just make it slightly more human. You're like, this is much worse. Please don't.
I'm here to kill you.
honor system will just say, you are free, but you can't go anywhere. We're under tons and tons of crushing water.
Yes, I was speaking metaphorically in the way that you taught me in understanding freedom of the mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alan, it's not quite the same to free someone when you're trapping them inside a can going into a death facility, but I'd say
There is no other can I would rather be trapped in. But perhaps, Mr. Allen, if you would like me to continue on as your companion, perhaps me and your small ball of fingers familiar can become better acquainted. I could always use an extra pair of hands on the guns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Billy, you cool with that?
Billy Fingers gives you like a index finger up because he doesn't really have any thumbs. And then he leaps up onto the iPal 2. And you can see like a little platform opens and Billy Fingers just scuttles inside. And Bourbon is like, oh, I imagine that is what tickling feels like. Delightful. And then one of the guns starts moving a little bit more accurately. And he's like, oh, that is much better than me trying to aim. I am a terrible shot, unlike Declan over here.
That is the grossest fucking thing I have ever seen.
Then clearly you have not seen a mirror. I have run a humor protocol in my new unit.
I'm going to fucking shoot everyone. This may be a small space, but what I'm saying is this is going to be the ED2. Shut the fuck up.
So meanwhile, back in the diving bell.
Yes, I mean, Bryn went on vacation, and then the McSquiggly blew up because
What?
we got attacked by Meryl Streep. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah,
shut up.
you
shut
see
up.
Quinny start
shut
to
up.
talk, and
Yeah,
you shut him up.
I will cantrip your voice away so fast.
Quitty.
And then
Shut up.
So it crashed, and then we made friends
Oh
with
my
the Goblin
gosh.
Princess, and we kind of saved the kingdom from being taken over by the Plantiers. And then we got the McSquiggly fixed, and I'd say
amazing.
we saved at least 60% of the crew, especially the teenagers. They all made it, but some of the others didn't. But there's a new captain, and
Okay.
we're flying now before we got trapped on this island. So the ship's good and fixed by goblins. Bryn's still on vacation. Must be running long. Maybe there's like another one got delayed. I don't really know what's going on there.
We killed your dad.
I don't want
Oh
to talk
my
about
gosh.
Yeah.
Butthole.
it. Doesn't matter. My mom's a good person, and we're going to go save her. She's a very good person, and I love my mom. She got fooled by my evil dad. I'm going to save her.
Quinny's like up in the background, like over your shoulder through the viewfinders, kind of like shaking his head, like, nah, we don't really know about that.
Yeah, I started a house so that I could go back and become the king, and then I could save my mom, and then she'll realize she doesn't have to be evil, and that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, did you read everything on the data pad?
I skimmed it.
Because your mom. I mean, she's
A good person?
she's from where I'm from, or where I am,
Okay.
and she's been bringing.
Is she a one only?
I don't know,
Oh
but
my, I might have two moms.
she's been bringing like a lot of technology from here over to where you guys are.
Yeah, my dad was making her.
I don't know if he was.
He did find those rifles, so it makes sense that they're coming from wherever Alan's at.
Okay, so we got to save her from Mr. Typhus. That's it. He's the new. Maybe he's my dad on that
No,
world.
no.
They're all my dad,
But
and I need to stop.
She already broke free from him.
Declan, you hear about another Grayson Typhus just kind of casually through.
Holy shit! There's two of them. Are they both invincible? Because ours won't die. What do you? I mean, I killed my one dad, so I could probably kill the other dad. No, ours. He keeps coming back from the dead. Like we shoot him, and he comes. What? How do they do that? That's not a thing people do. I mean,
Lich.
there is another me. There's one of me touching him. Alan, I thought there was only one. Does he have a cleric? Does he have a cleric
No.
of Moonhammer?
No.
Is Moonhammer
He's
on
a
his
lich.
side? What's a lich?
Well, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much and then never want to die.
Mommy and daddy love being alive very much.
When a daddy doesn't love a mommy very much.
Alan, you give a quick rundown to the team about liches.
Yeah.
So powerful magic users who have decided to cheat death, usually by infusing their soul into a phylactery, which is essentially a Horcrux. I don't know. It's just the easiest way to describe it.
I read about those a little bit when I was trying to find a way to get you back. They were in some of your books.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was thinking of it at the time as a way to trap the one of many faces in it.
Oh, that's how it's spelled. I couldn't understand why I was supposed to be looking for Dr. Phil Actery, because I was reading my books that I stole from the necromancer Moreau, and it was in there. I just thought it was about a Dr. Phil. I didn't know who that was.
I was going to say, I was going to be real mad at you for that joke, but after the Captain Plantier, I don't think I can ever be mad about reaching for a joke ever again.
Dr. Phil Actery. I thought he was a guy. So we kill this guy and we're set.
So speaking of Manny,
Yeah, it goes that way where
Who the hell is the one of many faces?
he's a demon. That
No, those aren't real. I disagree.
They
Guy in
are.
a costume.
Trust me, Declan, they are. What happened? Is he still? Can he hear us?
I don't think so. I made a deal with his mother.
I know. I told him not to too. But listen, I don't think you're somebody who can judge bad deals.
I just.
I think you got
His
support.
mother, okay.
The infamous Baba Yaga. She's apparently a big deal.
She has a house of chicken legs.
It's cooler than it sounds.
I'm going to turn my headset off. This is my hell.
also, Declan, you remember this as like a nursery rhyme when you were a kid.
Do you know what? I don't even think your friends are real. I'm going to pretend you're watching TV. I think Declan just like turns X Japan up in his ears.
Great.
Honestly, that's fine.
Can you still hear me?
Can he? Can I?
Yeah. The jerk.
I don't know. He's
X
kinda-
Japan.
Yeah,
no.
he's got pretty loud music.
X Japan is very loud. Oh, so hello, my name is Bourbon Sherbert, the survivalist, helpful Robert.
I don't care. Look, I'm putting this off, Alan. Manny got to Bucky. He took Bucky.
Where?
He tricked Bucky, I think, into
I mean, based on the letter, he definitely tricked him.
leaving with him. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
we don't know where he is.
Bucky took like a deal. As the one guy who doesn't take deals, I just got to say, I told you so. But I mean,
He's not even here to hear that. What is your problem
That's
with holding that shit over everyone's head?
that's for you. That's for you and your Baba Yaga deal. That didn't go good either. I think you got to remember, you keep making deals. If you stopped, I wouldn't have to keep bringing
Alan,
this up.
you noticed that,
my
that
deals saved your life more than once.
She's talking to you now.
Was that the time you set me on fire in the casino?
It helped you before.
You notice that Quinny's missing an eye.
Helped you before.
She doesn't care.
Okay, so we got Baba Yaga. So he's got to kill Manny.
And I'll be happy to.
That'll be good. I wonder, will that free Bucky or does that make Bucky the next Manny?
I really don't think there's going to be another Manny.
I don't know. If I die, somebody else becomes ruler of House Farch.
Juniper, this is all very concerning for you with the pictures you saw. You never drew a line between Manny and what the vision of Bucky that you saw drawn.
Yeah. Oh.
Juniper, what's the sounds you're making?
Oh no. Well, I mean, I think I've seen Bucky turning into a demon, maybe.
Excuse me, what
on
the fuck?
Scroll.
When?
I think
How long ago?
a little while ago.
A while ago? How long ago?
Was it like a week or like an hour?
Maybe a couple months ago.
Oh,
Couple months.
my God, Juniper.
Wow. Way to give us a heads up on this.
I didn't realize.
Do you know what? This really does kick us right in the balls for not believing you about the scroll. Because if we'd been more confident, you would have felt more confident sharing. Quinny, this one might be on us.
But
Nothing is my fault ever. As a goddamn rule.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I don't think it was set in stone.
You know what? That does make me... No, it doesn't make me feel better.
So you're saying if we save him fast, then he won't become a demon.
Maybe.
Or he's already a demon.
I don't. I'm just gonna check my scroll again.
Yeah, check the scroll.
Any
Let's see what the
updates?
scroll has to say.
The scroll is blank, of course, to you, Quinny. This is just fucking infuriating.
Does it show Quinny looking like a dick?
It does not.
It doesn't need to.
Very good. Juniper, the scroll is, you can actually see kind of ink, sort of that magic, again, sort of mystical writing, starting to bleed in from all the corners, and it begins to sketch a double vision of a massive structure. And it seems to almost seems to be static. Almost like if you were painting or drawing in charcoal and someone was just dragging a thumb across it. It almost looks like it's glitching out, but slowly the entire scroll is turning to that red.
Oh no. I don't know what's wrong with the scroll, but there's like some massive thing structure. It seems there's a problem with it.
Could it be that we're getting...
I don't know if it's going to show me anymore.
Wait, Alan, Juniper, what if we're all heading to the same place on two worlds at the same time because that's where the collide is? Would that mess up the scroll, magic person and scroll person?
In
Alan?
unison, you kind of say...
Maybe.
Okay, it's happening. This is important. So we got to make sure that we jam the scroll into the hole and they'll close it up and then we could save Bucky and then we can get Moonhammer to help us kill Manny.
Where are you getting that from?
Where are we putting the scroll?
Sometimes you just got to trust. You got to pray and
What
you got to
hole?
trust. There's probably a hole in the middle of the worlds colliding. I'm looking at a hole right now
okay.
and then I point at the screen.
Yep. So the one other character I want to hit before we get too far away from this, honor system, you saw other samurai droids like you. Obviously, you're in a Ronin droid body now, but you saw other ones like you that seemed to be free and that spoke in the same tone you did. Even though you didn't get another chance to speak to them, you now actually have access to people who did. Do you have any questions for the dum-dums before we kind of move on into the next phase?
What were those samurai bot doing on that side? They're manufactured here.
Oh, this is Juniper. So they came from your world.
Yes.
They're called the free systems.
Yeah. They said they sent out a pulse that was supposed to set all the robots free, but then when they did it, they got zapped here, so they don't know if any robots got free. Are you a free robot or just like a regular robot?
I am not a regular robot. Declan.
Thanks, Japan. Thanks, Japan.
I'll,
Japan.
reach back and
Japan.
pull your headset off.
Oh, it's okay.
I was enjoying that as well.
Yeah, that was good for both of us. What's up?
Samurai bots are on the other side. They're through there. And I refer to the reticle.
Okay.
They say they underwent an awakening.
Okay. Was that before or after they went through?
During, it seems.
None of them are there? Because they'd probably be able to tell us a date.
No.
Declan, you remember when you dug into Honor Systems code, a lot of it had been rewritten by whatever happened to him, but there were also gaps. You had to, in fucking Jurassic Park terms, like...
I was Mr. DNA?
Yeah, you were the frog DNA. There were just gaps in the code. Dino DNA.
right.
We can't let that pass.
From your blood.
And complete the code. Anyway, we've all seen that movie. So you remember like being a hacker, sort of like basically almost like a backyard hacker, like just kind of hacking together, that you were able to, you had to do some extra punch up, but it did seem like he'd been overwritten to a point.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do the work to bring you to life, and you sort of just did it, and then it didn't get fully completed, so we had to build the rest of the code between the two of us. So, I mean, it's possible if you got caught up in the pulse or whatever it is. It's weird why it only affected you instead of all the droids around you. Then again, you were 10 feet in front of them.
Why am I here and not with those other samurai bots?
Maybe you didn't get the full blast. Maybe they were all in the same place. Maybe they walked through a portal and didn't realize they were doing it.
I do not have any record of any settlement on that island. However, I am also not seeing any island on any of my records.
Maybe the island's a one-off. Alan's the one of a kind. This is one of a kind. Maybe the island's one of a kind.
Juniper, you distinctly remember seeing two visions on the scroll of two different islands.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are two islands. One here, one with you.
Declan, you, generally speaking, you keep most of the things that you kept kind of on your perfect dark, like, eye tracker. Do you think you would have shared all of the black sites that you got from when you kind of raided the CEO penthouse of, oh, Jesus, what's that house?
Oh, yeah. I would have within, like, the team that I was in. Yeah, for sure. It was Ventus that we went into, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they were the one that killed themselves.
Yes,
I would,
Ruth
but
and
I think
Ventus.
also Butthole might be the guy to actually put this together in terms of insight. Where he's like, no, here, I think I got it, because sometimes it just comes to you. We were on the island, but the island was a combo of an old island and a new island. So what if you had one, but when it got zapped out, it stopped existing in your world because we got both over here? Because remember, there was like fancy buildings from Spaceland?
Yeah, that
And
makes
there's like
sense.
the buildings that are normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it's that?
It also seems odd that it would be a gap in the data that we have obtained. It would seem that perhaps someone scrubbed the location of a base here.
I mean, that'd make sense with us going to the stack in this location if it was somehow related to the island or near it. You might need somewhere to drop shit off.
Who'd be able to scrub it? Or who would have done that?
Typhus.
Yeah.
It's true. Aside from the information that his greatest shame was hidden underwater, the stack was kept as
So-
one of the highest level secrets in all of the conglomerata.
Okay, so
May it
Typhus
rest in
is
shambles.
definitely the bad man. If not everyone had come to that conclusion.
Well, I mean, if it's a man inside a suit, it could also be Mr. Bezos. Like, we don't know who ended up going across, but Typhus is a relatively safe bet.
They're all bad men.
I like you so much, Honor System.
Points to honor system.
I don't know about that. It sounds like some of them could be good. You got the shooty guy. He's alive. He's pretty decent.
They're all bad men.
But I mean, have you talked to them and been like, here's why I think what you're doing is evil. I would like to be your friend. And then it all works out. We've done that way more often than you would think based on how evil people are.
There will be no words when I see them.
That's going to make it really hard to make a friend. But do you know what? You seem pretty determined. I believe in you.
Hey, Alan,
Yeah.
how are we going to get you back?
I don't.
New Future, you
know.
recall that one of the only portal sites, sort of in the data dump you got from the hackers, is that pieces of Ventus portal tech were delivered near this site. So you can easily triangulate that the odds of there being a portal in the stack are very high. Plus, Team Dum Dum, you remember from the secondary mission that you didn't go on during the siege of Neverwinter that there was a portal that the troops from Macau were using to just move, like the unseen hand was moving people through.
That wasn't through different planes, though, right? That was two
No,
different
that
locations?
was
Oh,
so
okay.
there was some portal tech between two locations.
Yeah, because we saw Bucky and Annan through one.
Yeah. But
They were dumping stuff out. We also heard from them where they were saying at the other base
Right, okay.
they were dumping stuff through to a
regardless,
third party.
from what you understand of Emily's plans, Lady Antebellum was attempting to move mages into the 2099 verse in exchange for weapons. So somehow you would need to get those mages into the stack. Because to 2099 folk, plus Alan and the research you've done, you know that basically this world's mages are on lockdown. Like it's almost like post Jedi
In the
Purge.
stack, right?
If a mage shows up somewhere in the world, they get taken and thrown in the stack. So they need more mages for more power. They're taking them from Dumfaerun. It would make sense that there would be a portal.
So if we go to the stack, then there'll be a portal. Alan back. Okay, do you know what? We're close enough on this. I can't
say
believe you're the
tomato.
smart one.
I say tomato. We all say tomato. Bourbon.
Thank you, Bourbon Sherbet. Okay, so we're going to go where we're going to go. We're going to jam you through a portal. We're going to break this phylactery. And then you guys kill a big squid, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be no problem on this end.
Also, my name's Dexter.
He's not with us. We just met him.
I'm Trax. Sorry about him. He does this.
Cool.
Hi.
Do you guys hate the rich?
They look at like the sacks of gold they're wearing. They're like, Dexter's like, yeah, I used to work for them. They kind of suck.
Oh, that's my kind of guy. All right, yeah, they can be the team. Welcome to the new future. We don't have benefits.
All right. Trax is like, we'll need to talk about that later, but sure. I thought we were part of House Farch, though. Is that a thing still?
Listen, everybody here is part of. I'm not that guy. He seems kind of damaged, but like, you guys are part of Team House Farch for now. And then if you want full time, we could talk about it. Also, we have dental, and we do like psychological care. House Farch is one of those like we're a union house.
I still do not know how I feel about houses. Declan and Honor System have taught me that they are all evil, but this one sounds good.
Yeah, they all sound good during the opening pitch. You wait till he fucks them over later. He's going to ask you to kill things, then I bet one of you dies.
No more houses. And like, Honor System like accelerates the mech. Like we have to get there faster.
And with that, I think the ED 211 starts kind of descending quicker. And I think generally speaking, you're kind of getting to a point of like, you can see the lights in 2099. You can see the lights of the stack kind of in the distance, red lights blinking and sort of various light coming through. In Dumfaerun, you don't see any light. However, you see dark shapes beginning to move towards you. And I think collectively you realize it might be time to sign off. That said, similar to kind of a radio, figure out who will carry the Shining Eye of Moonhammer.
Yeah, but Butthole, what are you talking through?
Oh, we got like a little. It's was sent to me by the goddess. It's a little shining like eye hole thing. It's called the Shining Eye of Moonhammer.
And that
he's describing the exact same thing you're looking
Okay,
through.
but that reminds me, it's like, I've been seeing Moonhammer stuff here.
Yeah, of course you have. She's the goddess.
Okay.
She's everywhere. Were you expecting she wouldn't show up? She's the
Well, it's
coolest.
just really different here. And there's no magic here. I thought,
I mean, you could do magic though, right?
yeah, but it seems like I'm the only one.
Maybe you brought a little bit of her spirit in your heart
All right.
and in
I
your
just
fart.
thought this might have been a bigger revelation. This is kind of surprising. That's
Juniper,
fine.
this triggers something for you, but you're not quite sure what. It's just something you file away. So I think Juniper's brain is now actively, like you went from no information to so much information that I think anything related to duality and multiple verses is things you're taking care of.
Yeah.
That said, as you hear this, the last thing you see on your scroll is the sigil of Moonhammer. And it subdivides and kind of like trembling. It sort of breaks off and with great pressure, one of the symbols moves off as the other one disappears. And then suddenly the other one is lost from sight. And then the entire scroll goes red.
Okay. I have to tell Butthole that.
Okay, what are you telling me?
A few months from now, or no, sorry, Quinny's a dickhead, but that wasn't said out loud, so I can't jump on that.
Mutter it under your breath. I think that's fine.
Well, I just saw the symbol of Moonhammer like on the scroll.
Okay.
And it split in two. And
Okay.
then
There's two of her. We're going to be so
yeah, but
safe.
one of them faded out, and now the scroll is showing me nothing.
So,
me too.
So.
Do we need to like hash this out or something?
I'm just saying, you bring up the scroll and you're the only one who can see it, and you kind of say stuff just almost as if it just comes into your brain.
Just a second. I got to pray to know what the scroll means. No, it's not good. It's not good. Okay, so half of Moonhammer is dead. The other half is around. I don't know how this is going to affect my powers long term, but if I believe hard enough, that she'll be okay. But my soul is in Moonhammer. So what happens to my soul? Maybe my soul is the thing that's keeping her alive, or she pooped out my soul and it died, and now she's the only one left.
Juniper and Quinny, I think you do need to hash this out.
I'm just saying, that scroll thing of yours, no one else can read it. It's always just blank.
Yeah.
And you just kind of say random, mostly unbelievable things. You mentioned Bucky turning into a demon months after he's not months after he's been abducted, but like after he's been abducted by a demon. Like, why wouldn't you, if it is some kind of magical thing, why wouldn't you tell us that before it happens so we could act on it? I mean, look, maybe you don't know me that well, but I've given you a lot of credit with this scroll thing.
I guess we've been through a lot, and
That's
the scroll tells me I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to know exactly what to do with what the scroll gives me.
here. Look at your scroll. What does it say about me?
I look at the scroll.
Nothing.
It's blank.
Yeah, see, it's garbage.
But I mean, it seemed like it was going to be blank anyways.
Okay, but like
That is not an explanation.
But Quinny, enough about you. But like the Moonhammer that was there, do you think she turned invisible? Did she look happy or hungry? Because maybe we need to like send her something.
Juniper, it looked to you, you've seen a couple times now the kind of like circle divide of worlds. Mm-hmm. It looked to you like that, but as though the sigil of Moonhammer went with one, not the other. You also don't necessarily have the answer to this right now. This is just information you've received. Feel free to puzzle through it, but
mystery. Do I need to
I'll relay that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she stayed here because I still have powers. So maybe Moonhammer had to make a choice. It was a hard choice, but I was so loyal that she stayed, and that is bad because she told me it was bad, but maybe she wanted both. We need to fix the Great Collide so Moonhammer can rule over all the worlds. That's it. That's my mission.
You think one of the worlds is just going to die?
Nope. Or, yep. I don't know.
and with that, you descend further into the darkness.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christian Menicola, Long, The Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, DM Rob, Christopher Little, Joshua White, Olin Anderson, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.